Hey, gang, this is Mike with Mr. No Fluff. And today's lesson is a very important lesson that many people are not talking about. Okay. They make it seem like everything's fan and dandy, and everyone's investing in real estate, and everyone has access to so much money. Okay. Um, but one thing I want to put on the brakes and bring to your attention for real estate investors. Now, this is going to be against everything that you've heard, and it's going to go against the grain. So it's going to make you feel with your guard up. Okay. But so many of us out there, and by me wholesaling a couple of deals, I've looked at many different financial statements. One, because when I wholesale, I always ask people for proof of funds. So I get to see investors all over America and with their funds. And what I've noticed significantly, like 99.9% of the time, that all these investors are investing with none of their own money. It's all debt. Okay, what do I mean? So they may have 50,000 or 100 or 300 or a million or 2 million, but it's like a home equity loan, or it's a line of credit, or it's a revolving credit. Okay, so in like in their own banking account and their own savings or checkings, they may only have $2 or $3,000 or maybe 10 grand or less. So they have none of their own money. They are investing with 100% with the bank's money, guys. Okay. Now, this may seem like you, okay, and everything's great right now because, so properties are going up, lending is loose as goose, and they're giving money to everyone. So your line of credit, your credit card, your equity home, everyone has this stuff. Okay. But the real problem comes into play when the crash comes into play, because the property values are going to come down significantly. Just like yesterday, I talked about a video about the side effects of home values going up. Well, in some areas, in the last 3 to 4 years, I've seen home values go up in the tax roll, which is not CMA or a bank appraisal, but just for the tax roll, 36% in some of these areas that I've been looking at. Okay, so that's significantly. And now, which means that if you have access to money like revolving credit, home equity loans, you know, credit cards, that you can buy all these properties, and money's coming loose, the banks are lending money to you. Okay, but the problem happens was when the crash comes, because two things are going to happen. The banks are going to seize your money. Okay, how do I know? Last crash, I know people that are very wealthy with line of credits. They're very wealthy with debt. They could go buy $10 million properties just like this, but it was none of their money. They didn't even have $100,000 in cash of their own money. They were just broke. Okay, so the point of the story is that if you're investing and it's not your money, you're a broke motherfucker. All right, and why? I'm being really up. No fluff with you. The problem is that you haven't learned how to create your own money. You haven't learned to use your imagination, creativity. You haven't managed people. You haven't created systems, and you're just given access to funds. And I know right now you think your shit smells good if you're one of these individuals, who I think majority of people that are watching me probably are those individuals, unless they're at the dojo camp where I teach against that. Okay, that hey, line of credit, home equity loans, like the banks are just giving money away to you, to any of you guys, right? And you could use that money to buy properties at 90 cents, 100 cents on a dollar, because you think the market is good and there's no deals at 50 cents on a dollar. Okay. So when I bring a deal out, people think it's too good to be true, because it's a truly 50% deal where there's no people, they don't have deals like that on their market. They're getting 80 cents tax roll, $5,000 more than tax roll deals. Okay. Because here is not right. They're buying the hype. They're buying what Bobby did and Sally did and Julie did. That's great if they want to jump off the cliff, but it doesn't have to be me. All right. It's not going to be me. When I invest, it's all my money. I've never went to a bank to borrow money. Okay. The only time I use money is the seller financing, but I still have big chunk of my own cash. Every property I've ever done has always been my money. I've never borrowed money from a bank, a line of credit, home equity loan. I don't believe in that stuff. I believe in using my own muscles, dude. I believe in using my imagination, the most powerful thing in the world. The eye, not the iPhone or the iPad or the iBank. No, I am my creator. And that's what I teach you guys. Because so many people I see right now, they're like feeling good. They're in some kind of high. They're feeling, what is the word? I can't even say it. Euphoria, right? Because it's a bubble. When you're in a bubble, it's for you. Everyone is giving you money. You can go do deals, and every person can do a wholesale deal. Everyone can do a fix and flip. No matter, screw it that they're only making 10, 15,000, 10, 15% before they were making 30, because now they're giving all the money to the wholesalers. But they're still doing it because it's not their money, right? They didn't have to go work for that money. They didn't have to create systems. They didn't have to go sleep in their car. They didn't have to take risks. Did some bank just give it to you? And listen, my friends, and it's okay. I'm not dissing on having a good credit score and playing the slave to the master bank. If you want to do that, that's not a problem with it. But just remember, whoever gives it to you takes it from you, right? Whoever gives it to you takes it from you, dude, right? So the question is, do you want to be an independent motherfucker, or do you want to be someone's little bitch, right? Do you want to be the bank's little bitch? I mean, I'm sorry, man, but I got to be real with you because I see so many people that are sending me their proof of funds, and it's none of them is their money, dude. It's home equity loans. They got like 2 or 3 grand in their bank. Now all of a sudden they feel like they're the shit, right? And they make bad decisions because they didn't have to work for that. They didn't have to work for that 50,000 they have in the bank, or that's the bank's money, really, or the home equity loan of 500,000. They don't have 100K. They don't even have 20K, right? But they have 200 home equity. Now, I'm not dissing on that if that's you, but please understand that whoever gives it to you takes it from you. So what I do at the dojo, why I'm here, is for freedom, right? I want you to be free from the bankers, from the manipulation of the markets, from the cycles up and down, the booms and the bust, right? I want you to be free and do what you want to do, whatever that is. If you want to be a writer, you want to be a poet, you want to be a real estate investor, you want to hang out with your kid, you want to be the best dad ever, you want to be the best mom ever, whatever you want to do, I want you to help you do that. And you can't do that when you got a slave master, man, and you're the slave, right? When they loosen the chain, which is right now, they're giving money to everyone, right? It doesn't matter if you're a retail buyer, as long as you fog up and you got some money down, they'll give you a loan. I've done videos about how they're changing allow people to get in debt. Retail buyers. I'm not talking about investors right now. Okay, retail buyers. I brought videos about that. I brought videos about how they're eliminating the student debt from the debt to income ratio math formula so they could get more retail people in debt. And then on the investor side, they're giving you guys home equity loans. They're giving you guys totally finance out. You know, you got a property you could buy, you could refinance it and get out. Here's the dumbest thing I ever heard, guys. And a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but people that buy houses, right? And then they refinance it out instantly and they think, oh, I just got $60,000 cash, dude. I just got $70,000 cash. No, dumb motherfucker. You just got in debt. You didn't come up positive. If this is zero and you're going in the negative, just because they put some cheese in your plate doesn't mean you're in positive, man. You're in negative. So this is the thing that, you know, everyone teaches at REI clubs, you know, and I went to those clubs. And some of my heroes, like Rich Dad and Poor Dad, they talk about that, right? But I'm not dissing debt. I'm saying, first of all, I don't believe in debt, but debt is a good tool that you can use. The very first thing before you use a tool, right? First, you have to be strong to hold the tool. First, you have to have a foundation. And so many businesses out there are totally in debt, from GMC to Ford to all these big companies to little companies to medium companies. None of them like own shit. Somebody else owns their stuff, right? Even in today's houses and real estate homes, we don't own our house, right? They're packaged up in securities, mortgage backed, sold on the stocks to people all over the world. So it's time for you to own your own freedom, guys. And that's what I'm preaching, because just because your slave masters may loosen the chain and give you money, don't let that fool you. Don't let that make you take more risk. Don't let it say, oh, instead of buying it 60 cents minus repairs, I'm going to buy it at 90 cents because there's no inventory, or my realtor says there's too much competition. No, dude. I mean, you can do whatever fuck you want, but I'm not going to do that. I hope you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. If you're getting money and you didn't work for this money, you don't know how to make that money. That's someone else's money. And sure, you can make some money in it when the economy is good, but when it crashes, they're gonna take your money and your property value is gonna come down and you're gonna be fucked. And you're gonna be selling to guys like me, the guys that go into the fire when everyone's running out. I hope you understand what I just said. So don't allow the loosening of lending to home equity loans, line of credits, credit cards fool you to take more risk that you cannot handle. You never made $100,000 in your bank, or you don't have $10,000 in your bank, right? You never got underneath the weight of making 100,000. You're never gonna meet the weight of making $1,000,000. You never got underneath, like you got underneath the weight and you made it. There's no reason for you to be using somebody else's. They just give it to you because you don't know what it feels like to make $1,000,000. You don't know what it feels like to make $10,000 in your bank account, through 3,000 or 100 or whatever it is. So you got to do it yourself because it teaches you a lot of lessons, guys. It teaches you management, risk management, taking risks, you know, going against adversities, falling down, getting up, building those calluses, man, doing all the shit that's going to require you to use your brain, use creativity, use your imagination, the power of creation in you. When someone gives you something and they can take it away from you, is that really freedom? Anyways, guys, hustle and bustle. And if you bought properties because someone gave it to you when the crash comes, remember Mike D, hit me up, dude. I will buy those properties from you. Of course, not cash, but subject to, because you'll be upside down significantly in equity. But a guy like me has 20, 25 years of experience. I can create a win-win situation no matter if it's raining, if it's sunny, if the building is burning down, the building is just putting up. There's always a solution, right? I'm not gonna do what the herd does. And that's what I teach my students is, hey, to think for yourself, dude. Don't follow the herd, you know? And I'm not talking that credit is bad. I'm not saying credit is good. All I'm talking about is the side effects. Many of us want the side effect. Hey, I want to have big muscles. Hey, I want to have skinny body. Hey, I want to have the abs. Hey, I want to make $1,000,000. Hey, I want to have 3 businesses. But many of us don't want to do the processes. Going to the gym every day, falling, getting knocked out, getting embarrassed. We don't want that. We just want the, the gratification. And that's what's happening with banks. They're taking advantage of all these real estate investors, right? They're just giving money away. Here, go invest, right? Because they're making money. And then investors have more money because they didn't get underneath the weight. They don't know what a good deal is. They have, just because they made a couple of money in an up market, they think everything's good. They're high off their own shit, right? They're high. All right, guys. I know this is not what everybody talks about, and that's why my YouTube channel doesn't get as many hits as other people, because I talk against establishments of central bankers. But that's all right, dude. I just want to change one person's life. That's all I care about. And if it's that one person, I've done my job. Hustle and bustle, guys. Don't take no for an answer. Thank you.